Before AI, before algorithms, before Silicon Valley, ancient pre-Socratic thinkers already fought the battle between chaos, code, and reality. Gen Z thinks it is the first generation facing existential technological disruption. You're not. The pre-Socratics lived during a cognitive revolution just as radical as ours. Myth was collapsing. Gods were no longer sufficient explanation. Trade routes expanded. Information flowed between civilization. The known world was stretching. Sound familiar? Instead of asking, "What does the oracle say?" they asked, "What is reality made of?" That shift, from myth to mechanism, is the same shift we are living through with artificial intelligence. And if Gen Z wants allies in the AI age, the pre-Socratics are not optional reading. They are strategic mentors, and I am your friend. Please like and watch my videos. Thales provides, think in systems, not stories. Thales proposed something radical. Reality has an underlying principle, not myth, not divine mood swings, a unifying substance. For him, it was water. Was he scientifically correct? No. Was he cognitively revolutionary? Absolutely. He introduced a dangerous idea. The world is intelligible. AI operates on that same assumption. Data is not random. Patterns exist. Systems can be modeled. Gen Z's mistake would be treating AI outputs as magic. Thales would say, no. Find the underlying structure. How is the model trained? What data feeds it? What bias shapes it? What economic force funds it? Don't worship the interface. Study the substrate. That's Thales' mindset. Anaximander provides the power of the invisible. Anaximander rejected water as the origin of everything. He proposed the apeiron, the boundless, indefinite, unseen source behind all forms. This is extremely modern. AI systems operate on layers you cannot see. Weights, embeddings, probabilistic spaces. What you see is output. What drives it is invisible structure. Anaximander teaches Gen Z something crucial. The most powerful forces are often abstract. Algorithms, data structures, incentive systems, platform architectures. You cannot fight what you do not conceptualize. Learn to think about invisible systems. The apeiron today is the data cloud. If you don't understand it, you are governed by it. Heraclitus provides adapt or dissolve. Everything flows. Heraclitus saw reality as constant change. Stability is illusion. Flux is fundamental. AI development embodies Heraclitus's universe. Tools change monthly. Industries pivot yearly. Skill sets expire quickly. If you build your identity around a static job title, you will break. Heraclitus would advise Gen Z build identity around adaptability. Learn how to learn. Practice cognitive flexibility. Expect disruption. You don't step into the same algorithm twice. The flow will not stop for your comfort. But here's the empowering part. If everything flows, you can evolve too. Parmenides provides resist the illusion of movement. Parmenides completely opposed Heraclitus. He argued change is illusion. Reality is one, stable, unified, ungenerated. At first glance, this sounds outdated. But think deeper. AI produces constant novelty. Endless text, images, variation. It creates the feeling of movement. But what actually changes? The underlying architecture remains stable. The training data reflects past human patterns. Parmenides reminds Gen Z, do not confuse output variation with true innovation. Just because AI generates infinite content does not mean reality is evolving meaningfully. Ask, is this progress or recombination? Critical thinking requires Parmenidean skepticism. Pythagoras provides reality as code. If one pre-Socratic thinker feels eerily modern, it's Pythagoras. He and his followers believed numbers are the foundation of reality. Harmony, proportion, mathematical structure. Today's AI runs entirely on numerical optimization, weights, matrices, loss functions. Pythagoras would not be shocked by machine learning. He would say, of course reality can be expressed mathematically, but here's the difference. For Pythagoras, numbers had ethical and spiritual implications. For us, numbers are commercial. Gen Z must ask, if reality is increasingly coded, who writes the code? And according to which values? Because mathematical structure without ethical direction is neutral, and neutrality can be dangerous. Democritus provides atomic thinking in the data age. Democritus proposed that reality consists of atoms moving in the void. Small units, combinable, reconfigurable. Sound familiar? Data points, tokens, pixels, bits. AI disassembles human expression into atomic fragments and recombines them statistically. Democritus teaches Gen Z something critical. Complex systems are built from simple units. If you want to understand AI, break it down. What is a token? What is a parameter? What is a dataset? What is an optimization loop? Don't be intimidated by scale. Understand the atoms. Mastery begins with decomposition. The Real War, Myth versus Mechanism 2.0. The pre-Socratics lived during Myth versus Mechanism 1.0. We are living through Myth versus Mechanism 2.0. Back then, gods explained lightning. Fate explained events. Now, algorithms decide visibility. Models influence opinion. Recommendation engines shape belief. But here's the twist. If you don't understand the mechanism, you fall back into myth. AI is magical. AI is evil. AI will save us. These are modern myths. Pre-Socratic thinking is anti-myth thinking. It is structured curiosity. What this means for Gen Z. You don't need to compete with AI in speed. You need to compete in depth. Train yourself to seek underlying principles, Thales. Conceptualize invisible systems, Anaximander. Embrace adaptive identity, Heraclitus. Question superficial novelty, Parmenides. Understand numerical structure, Pythagoras. Break complexity into components, Democritus. That is not philosophy for exams. That is cognitive warfare training. If you use AI passively, you become output. If you study systems deeply, you become architect. The pre-Socratics were not building apps. They were building intellectual infrastructure. And infrastructure outlives tools. Gen Z doesn't need panic about AI. You need philosophical literacy strong enough to see through it. If this perspective sharpened your thinking, subscribe to the channel. Comment below. Which pre-Socratic thinker should we explore deeper next? And don't forget to like the video. It helps this kind of depth reach more minds. The future belongs to those who understand the underlying principle. Be one of them.